Hey everyone, so I thought I would experiment by making a video. Don't expect it to be very fancy because I'm using my iPhone, and hopefully over the summer I'll remember to bring my camera up with me because I don't have it at the moment. So I'm going to be talking about studying specifically for science courses. I think it's a little bit different than other courses. Even math, because a lot of math is just doing practice problems, and it's the same with general chemistry and really anything with math, obviously. Just do practice problems. So that's my recommendation there. If it involves math, practice, 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 practice. And same with organic chemistry, a lot of reactions, a lot of conceptual questions, practice. Just do questions. But there are some courses like anatomy and cell bio and certain topics in genetics that you can't really do practice problems the way you do for math. So you really have to focus on making a study guide that will help you, and hopefully you get a practice test from your professor that will help you, but you mainly want to focus on the actual memorization and being able to apply what you learn to a question. So I'm just going to show you a couple. This one is from Cell Biology. It's a mind map. That is my favorite way to study for a science course. And basically, you just take concept, and this one actually starts down here. So you take concept and then just connect it to things. The way I do it is the ones in boxes that are purple are concepts or words specifically. The blue boxes are definitions, and then these little zigzag circle things are just important concepts that really don't have a definition or anything, but they're just something to keep in mind. And then just other little details are kind of by itself. And that's basically my favorite way to do it. I mean, they're not all exactly like that, but the mind maps I found are my favorite way to study because I have done, and I'll show you what I've been doing recently, is a lot of these, just kind of like making outlines and highlighting and stuff, and I've noticed that I haven't been doing as well as I have in the past, and so I think it's because now I'm doing the mind maps, and I just do well with them. And then, like, I'll show you what I'm currently doing for anatomy. I like to draw the diagrams. This one is just a work in progress right now. But I like to draw the diagrams and then label them. Like right here, kidney, what does the kidney do? And then everything. And I'm kind of doing it the same way. But like I said, I'm not done. But I like to do functions and just talk about different things. And not everything has to connect when you're doing a mind map. Just focus on the main things that go together and put them together, but do it in a way that you'll understand it. I'll go back to this one. Like, I don't think if somebody looked at this, they would be like, oh, wow, yeah, I get it. But I get it, and that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what other people think. And let's see. Yeah, so just, like, I'll show you. Like, the cell cycle. This mostly focuses on interphase, and then it kind of, like, shows the order of interphase, and then like cell growth, like what works with cell growth. You guys might not know what I'm talking about, but it doesn't matter, just to make my point. And then this is like another one I've done for anatomy, and you can also color coordinate it, so like one idea is one color and another idea is another color, and again, drawing diagrams, especially in anatomy or even with physiology, that is very important, and even if you can't draw, drawing it is incredibly important to help you remember it. If you can draw it, you can remember it. So some other ways that I study for science, I'm going to specifically mention Orgo, and this actually works for math classes too. Write down the formulas, and in this case then I'm going to show you write down the reactions, and this is actually showing like general reactions so that I can apply it to other things, because organic chemistry, they're not going to tell you every reaction that you need to know, but they're going to tell you the basic reaction that you need to know, and if you can take that reaction and apply it to other ones that are similar, then that's the best way to study, because you don't want to be too specific when you study something like that. But for some people, you might prefer the outline method. I showed you one where I had written it, and I actually believe that writing it, and studies have shown that writing it yourself is the best way to go. I've typed them in the past. I don't like them as much typed. I think for some classes I can get away with it, but that's usually the social science kind of courses. But like I said, I'm looking at this and it's like 15 pages or something. And it's kind of hard to just read words. It's like reading a textbook over again. And then before I finish this, I know it was pretty short, but I wanted to specifically talk about before you even make your study guide, you need to have some great notes. Notes are probably your best asset, and so I'm going to show you, this is a couple years old, or like a year and a half old, I guess, from when I took general biology, and there are different ways to take notes, but I always say outline from the book. A lot of people only read the book in college, which I think is a big mistake. I think you should actually be actually be outlining the textbook, because you're going to learn it a lot better, and you're going to see the information multiple times. You're going to have written it down multiple times, and then you're good. You've got all the notes you could possibly need. So there are a couple ways that I did general biology. I like to outline, so everything in black is outline. I don't really do this much anymore, but I feel like I should go back to it. I just added notes from the course in the margins, because there are some courses that you're going to take that are based a lot on the textbook, and what you learn in the textbook you kind of relearn in class, and then a professor will add on to it, hopefully. But of course there are some classes where it's not going to be like that. Like cell biology for me and anatomy are both solely based off of what we learn in class. But in the case of anatomy, we do have textbooks that we are required to have. I use that term loosely, but it does help to go back to the book after I've taken notes in class and then add to that. So usually my professor uploads the notes as a PowerPoint, so I just download the PowerPoint and directly add the notes in, so that when I'm making my study guide, it's there like it was always part of the notes, because sometimes the book can clarify something you don't understand, or they can go into more detail, or whatever. Just, I recommend like at least looking at it and see if it'll help, if it's not, like, if you don't actually use it, but you have a textbook. And then, but cell biology, our notes are basically our textbook. So I just have to add on to what the professor says. So usually I type those notes, and then I'll rewrite them, because in class it's just easier to type, and I don't like messy notes. I'm just really particular about that. So yeah, make sure you take good notes. Outline the textbook if you can. Take great notes in class. Go back to the book if you need to, and then go and make a study guide. And like I said, I find that mind maps are best for me. It might not be the best for everybody, but I think that it just kind of reorganizes things in a new way. Like if you're comparing this to, let me find it, to this, you're more likely going to remember this one than this one, because this is just a bunch of words in outline format, and this one's kind of more in a conceptual way, and it helps you be able to connect different things together than you normally would if you're just kind of writing it like a textbook. So I hope you guys like this video. I will try to make more videos. I know I keep getting requests to make YouTube videos. Let me know what you think and what I can do better. I'm kind of new to this, so this is really awkward. So yeah, just comment below, let me know what you think. I really would like to do what you guys want me to do, and what you think I should cover. So I hope you all have a great weekend, and I hope you enjoy this really weird amateur video.